Okay, so in this video I am going to explain transportation problem. So transportation problem is one of the important linear programming problem, and we generally called this is the special kind of transportation, a special kinds of linear programming problem. So it's a very important topics, and we'll see how to solve the problem. So in these videos, in these lectures, I am going to explain how to solve the transportation problem. Then later on we'll explain the different things, different terms, and we'll take some different examples and we'll explain. But here I am going to take one examples, and through these examples I will explain how to solve the problem by applying transportation problem. So generally in transportation problem, transportation problem, generally we apply two phases to solve these types of problem. First phase to find the initial basic feasible solution. Initial basic feasible solution. That is phase 1. That is phase 1 to find the initial basic feasible solution. Phase 2 to find the optimal solution. Phase 1 to find the initial basic feasible solution. Phase 2 to find the optimal solution. Very easy and very important topics. So just be concentrated and try to understand the concept to solve the problem by applying transportation problem concepts. So in first phase, so before going to see how to solve the problem, just we should come to know some important terms. What is the important terms? These data, whatever the data I have given here, generally this is called supply point, and here this is demand. This is the set of supply points. These are the set of demand points. So in supply points I have written 35, 50 and 40, and here in demand points 45, 20, 30 and 30. This I have given. Sometimes we call it as a set of source, set of destinations, set of in destinations sometimes we call demand as a requirement, set of the requirements. So whatever words, you just use simple words, demands, requirements, set of the destinations, points. So all these things are same in supply points. So how to define the transportation problem? What is the meaning of transportation problem? Why we are going to apply the concept of these two phase problem, these two phase concept to solve the problem of to solve the transportation problem. So here the concept here means here to minimize the cost of transportation. To minimize the cost of transportation, how to transport some set of supplies into the some set of demand, in which to minimize the cost of transportation. So here we will see how to minimize the cost of transportation. That is the main ideas. So to minimize the cost of transportation, here these 8, 6, 10, 9, whatever I have given inside the box, this is the per unit cost of transportation. That is the transportation cost. These are the units, these are the set of these are the quantities are going to be transported from the supply points, and these are the quantities are going to put the requirements at the demand points. So how to manage means it in the sense to minimize the cost of transportation. So these are the costs I have given inside the box, and these are the quantities. Now we are going to apply the ideas to solve the problem. Very simple. Here first before going to solve the problem, it is very important to check either the supply and demands are equal or not. So if you are going to solve this one, 50 plus 40 90 and 35 125. If you are going to count here 30 60 plus 20 80 plus 45 125. So, okay, so supply and demands are equal. It means these types of problem generally we call as a balanced transportation problem, where the supply and demands are equal. If some supply and demands are not equal, suppose sometimes supplies are more, demands are less, sometimes demands are more, supplies are less. So in this case, we need to go for the some dummy rows and dummy column to maintain this balanced condition. To make the balance, then only we can proceed to solve the problem. So this questions is already in the form of balanced. So we can say this is the balanced transportation problem, and now we can proceed to solve these types of problem. So initial basic feasible solution, there are three approach to solve initial basic feasible solution. First, northwest corner cell method. Northwest corner cell method. Next, least cost cell method. And next, Vogel's approximation method. Generally we apply these three methods. Either of these three methods may be applied to get the initial basic feasible solution. So we will see one by one, and to get the optimal solution there are two methods: a stepping stone method and UV method. UV method sometimes called MODI method. MODI method, that is modified distribution method. So MODI method is called modified distribution method. So these two steps generally we need to proceed. Once the phase 1 will finish, then we'll move for the phase 2. So we can take either of these solutions once the problem will get solved by either by using northwest, least cost or Vogel's approximation. We can take either of these set to proceed for the phase 2 to get the optimal solution. So for optimal solution there are two methods: a stepping stone method and UV method. So just we'll proceed one by one how to solve these types of problem to get the initial basic feasible solution, and later we'll get the optimal solution. So okay, now in first I am going to get the initial basic feasible solution by applying northwest corner cell method. Then we'll move to phase 2. Okay, so one by one we'll apply all these methods to get the initial basic feasible solution. Once you come to know how to get the initial basic feasible solution, then it will be easy to get the optimal solution. So now I am going to copy this question: 8, 6, 10, 9, 9, 12, 13, 7, 14, 9, 16, 5, 45, 20, 30, 30, 35, 50, 40. So these are the set of supply points, these are the set of demand points. These are the per unit cost of transportation. Now northwest corner cell method is very easy method. One of the easiest method, that is the northwest corner cell method. Then move one by one to solve. So now I am going to apply northwest corner cell method to get the initial basic feasible solution. So here it is very simple to apply the northwest corner cell method. Very simple approach to apply these things. So we can say here the topmost left topmost corner, generally called as a northwest corner. So left topmost corner, this corner is a left topmost corner. So here we need to compare this 35 with 45, because this is the intersection point of these rows and this column. So which one is the intersection point? First northwest corner cell is the intersection point of 45 and 35. So we need to compare these 45 and 35. Which one is least one? So 35 is the least one. So 35 will shift to this cell and these two will get cancelled. So 35 will become 0 and 45. 35 will get deducted. So now it is 10. So because all the supplies have got fulfilled, so there is no more numbers of product to fulfill the criteria at demand points. So now already have fulfilled. I have given all these 35 to this corner cell. Now in the second we can say this is the northwest corner cell because this is the leftmost corner, and this 10 and 50, this is the intersection point. 9 is the intersection point of 50 and 10. So 10 is the least. So 10 will shift here because all complete have shifted here. There is nothing here. So it will be 40. It means now this demand have got fulfilled. So these 45 have got finished. Now next, this is the leftmost corner. So now going to compare this 20 with 40. 20 is the less. So 20 will shift here. Now here it is finished. So demands is fulfilled. Now this will become 20. 20 already have shifted here. So now this one is the leftmost corner. So 20 is the less. So 20 will shift here. So this supply is finished. 10 is left. Now this is the leftmost corner. 10 will shift here. 10 will shift here. So demand fulfilled. 0. This is 30. At the end, if you compare, these two will be same. So now 30 will shift to this particular finish. All supply and demands have fulfilled their criteria. So apply the northwest corner cell method. It is very simple to find the initial basic feasible solution. Initial basic feasible solution by applying northwest corner cell method. Just you need to multiply the set of quantities with its per unit cost. So 35 into 8, this is the allocated cell. So we need to move all allocated cell. First allocated cell 35 into 8, then next allocated cell 10 into 9, 10 into 9, then 20 into 12, then 20 into 13, then 10 into 16, then 30 into 5. If you are going to solve this problem, this just is calculation. So you will get 1180. 1180. Okay, so this is the cost of transportation by applying northwest corner cell method. Okay, so very easy to find the initial basic feasible solution by applying the northwest corner cell method. Now we'll see how to solve the same problem by applying least cost cell method, that is the second. So first we already have got by northwest corner cell method. So now you can write here for northwest corner cell method, your initial basic feasible solution result is 1180. Now you can write here just for the comparison. We'll compare with the another method. Okay, so this is the first solution by applying northwest corner cell method. So here now going to delete and we'll apply another method, that is the least cost cell method. Same questions. I'm not going to change the questions. Questions are same. Question is not going to change. Same questions. So here just I will erase and will write 45, 20, 30, 30. So just will write again 45, 20, 30, 30. So here 45, 20, 30, 30. And here 35, 50, 40. 35, 50, 40. 35, 50, 40. Okay. Just have copied same questions, whatever I have written here, just have copied this question and now going to apply least cost cell method. Now going to apply the least cost cell method. Least cost cell method. We'll see. Generally we call as an abbreviated LCM, least cost cell method. So here we'll see the result of least cost cell method of initial basic feasible solution. What result will come? So now going to solve this problem and we'll see and compare. Very simple. Least cost cell method. In out of complete cell, see how many cells? 4, 4, 4. It means total 12 cells are here. So out of these 12 cells, which one is going to give you the least cost? 8, 6, 10, 9, 9, 12, 13, 7. Out of these 5 is the least value. So in these 5, first we will see which one is going to give these 5 as the intersection point. 40 and 30. So 30 will get shift to this point. So this will be 0. So there is no demand. Finish. And at supply 10 are left. Now one step is finished. Out of these one, which one is going to give you the least value? So this 6 is going to give you least value. So intersection point is 20 and 35. So 20 will shift here. Now demands have got fulfilled and now left 15. So there is no more demand in this cell. Okay, out of these 8, 9, 14, 10, 13, 16, 8 is the least. So 45 and 15, 15 will shift here. So now there is no more supply. So we'll get finished. And here 30 will left because 15 already have minus. Now here 9, 14, 13, 16. 9 is the least. So 30 and 50. 30 is less. 0. There is no more demand. So here it will be 20. Now 13 and 16. 13 is less. So here 20 will shift here. So here it will get 10. There is no more supply. 0. So 10 and 10. At the last you will find these two will be the same. So there is no supply, no demand. Finish. So now we can go to find the initial basic feasible solution. To get the initial basic feasible solution by applying least cost cell method. So initial basic feasible solution by applying least cost cell method. 15 into 8 plus 20 into 6, all allocated cell. 30 into 9 plus 20 into 13, then 10 into 16, then 30 into 5. This is the solution. So if you come to solve this problem, then you will find the result 1080. So here just you write 1080. If you compare these two, so 1180 and 1080, it means 100 of different. It means if you compare northwest corner cell method with least cost cell method, we can say straightforward, we can say least cost cell method is better than northwest corner cell method. In general, that is true. Okay, so now I am going to apply the last method to find the initial basic feasible solution, that is Vogel's approximation method. So now over the same questions, we will apply the Vogel's approximation method to get the result. So I am going to erase these things, just will write the Vogel's approximation method to get the solution. And we will see, we will compare which method is going to give you the best result and which method is called to find the initial basic feasible solution as the best method. So now we will see by seeing the result. So now I am going to apply the Vogel's approximation method to solve the problem to get the initial basic feasible solution. Very simple. Very simple here also, because now you already have seen these two methods, there is nothing. So just copy 45, 20, 30, 30. Same question is not going to different. 35, 50, 40. So here we'll see Vogel's approximation method. Bam. Here we'll see initial basic feasible solution result. and we'll compare all these three. So Vogel's approximation method to get the initial basic feasible solution. So now going to apply the Vogel's approximation. It is very simple method. Here you need to go to find the penalty. What is the penalty? Penalty is the thing you need to take least value in each rows and each column. So just we'll start with first row. In first row least value is 6 and its next least value 8. Just you need to find difference of these two. So 6 and 8 difference is 2. Next in this row 7 and 9 difference 2. Least value here in third row 5 and next least 9. So difference 4. Here 8 and 9 difference 1. 6 and 9 difference 3. 10 and 13 difference 3. So out of all these penalty we need to find which one is going to give you the more penalty. So more means here largest. So we need to check all these 1, 3, 3, 4, 2, 2. It means this 4 is going to give you more penalty. So we need to enter in this row. In this row and first need to check which one is going to give you the least per unit cost. So 5 is the least per unit cost. So we will move here 30 and 40. So 30 is the least. It will shift here. Now it is going to become 0 and here it will be 10 now. Okay. So now I'm going to erase all this and we'll go for the next penalty to find the next penalty. Okay. Same procedure. So 30 already have shifted here. So there is no more demand. So this column have got finished. So all rest of the column we need to see which one is going to give you the more penalty. Here 8, 9, 1, 6, 9, 3, 10, 13, 3. Here if you go to find in these 3, 8 and 6, 2. Here 9, 12, 13, 9 and 12, 3. And here 9 and 14, 5. So the same rows have got selected because 1, 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5 is the largest one. So here we are going to consider this one and now we are going to see which one is the least one. So now in this row 9 is the least one. So now here this 20 and 10. So 10 will get shift here, 10 will get shift here. There is 0, nothing is going to supply and here 10 demands are left. So now 10 is more. So supply is nothing. It means this rows is going to finish. Means supply have got finished. Now again we'll move for the next penalty. All the time we need to find the penalty next because here only 6 blocks are left. So here if you are going to find in the row 6 and 8 difference are 2. Here 9 and 12 difference 3. There is no more here. Here 8 and 9 difference 1. 6 and 12 so difference 6. 10 and 13 difference 3. Okay. So out of these 3, out of all these 6 is the largest one. So largest one means we need to enter in this column. So in this column which one is least? 6 is the least. So compare 10 and 35. 10 will shift here. 10 will shift here. Now there is no demand. Demand is going to 0. So there is no demand. 10 will shift here. It means 25 are more number of supplies are left. They need to provide these services to any of the requirements, any of the demands. Now this one is got finished. Next same procedure we need to apply all the times. We need to move all the times to get the result. Okay. So now here penalty 1. Here there is no penalty. Here 10, 13, 3. Here 8, 10, 2. Here 9, 13, 4. Out of these 4 is the more. So we'll move here. 9 is the less. So here we'll shift 45. This 45 will shift here. There is nothing demand. No more demand. And this 50 will become 5. Now 5 are left. Now again we'll move to C. Again what is the difference here? So 10 and 13. Only 10 and 13 are left. So 10 is the left. So we'll move here to 10. So 30 and 25. 25 will shift here and it will become 5. The supply is gone. 0. No, 5 and 5. So this 5 is going to shift here. No supply, no demand. Finish. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. So now we'll see what is the result of initial basic feasible solution. Same procedure for the allocated cell, 10 into 6, 25 into 10 plus 45 into 9 plus 5 into 13 plus 10 into 9 plus 30 into 5. If you are going to solve this problem, you will get the result 1020. 1020. Okay, now we have applied all these three basic methods to find the initial basic feasible solution. So here, if you are going to compare northwest corner cell, least cost cell method and Vogel's approximation method, Vogel's approximation method is going to give you the least cost to transport from the source to destination. So from some set of sources to some set of destination to minimize the cost of the transportation. So we can say for the initial basic feasible solution, I am not saying for the optimal solution, for the initial basic feasible solution, now we can say Vogel's approximation method is one of the best method to find the initial basic feasible solution. If you proceed to get the optimal solution through this Vogel's approximation method, you will get the result fast. If you are going to apply some least cost cell method or northwest, maybe it will get some numbers of steps to get the optimal solution. So here, for getting the initial basic feasible solution, this is the method and this is the easiest method to apply and get the solution. So in next videos, I will explain how to find the optimal solution by applying either by applying the stepping stone method or by applying the UV method. So we will see both the method one by one and we will see how to get the result and find the optimal solution. Okay, thank you all the best.